Homicide. Yes. Okay.
Sarah from Hey Fraser.
Woo!
It's a podcast.
Hey, not a cast pot. Hey,
Frasier. Every day she'll make you say,
Hey.
oh my God.
Oh my
She
God.
got the scoop on pop
culture news.
So grab a drink, it ain't what you think. It's Sarah and the crew.
Hi, crew. Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the show. Rock the Cast Pod. That's not really the name. It's called Hey Fraser, but you know, whatever. Anyway, look, we're your hosts. I'm Sarah Fraser, along with AJ, Andrea Lopez Comedy. We love her. Our intern Marcus is in studio with us today. So much to cover. This weekend I am kicking off my 5 days of Sarahween. So I am going to, Halloween is next week. Are we going to do a Halloween show? We did a Halloween show last year.
And that was a big hit.
That was a big hit.
Yeah.
I showed up as an influencer.
Yep.
The
Spot on.
Urban Outfitters did. You came, you were Paul Wharton. And then Paul Wharton was what, Prince?
Paul Wharton was Prince in heels.
Prince in heels.
Had
Okay,
Prince already died at that point?
At this point, yes.
Okay.
Prince, he had been reincarnated though.
Well, yes,
Paul, okay.
he had.
Because we got a full-on rendition song and dance.
That's right.
That was a good Halloween show.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're approaching a lot of things here.
Well, let me ask you this. So obviously, today's Wednesday show, and we're not, next Thursday is Halloween. So we're not live on Halloween.
On Halloween, right.
So we'd have our Halloween show on Wednesday. Do you even have a costume? Like, could we pull it off to do a Halloween show?
Well, see, I haven't ordered it, but I do have one in mind.
You do. So you could pull it together.
Well, it's kind of very much detailed and furry. I mean, I could go to the fabric store.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
Because I currently have 5 Halloween costumes.
No, see, I know all of them because your mouth is too big. I know every single thing.
Well, you're photographing them, so you have no choice. Like, you have to know them.
Yes, that's true.
I'm going to do the countdown to Halloween. I'm going to do Sarahween, and it's just going to be every day, guess my Halloween costume. And then it is some of the biggest moments in pop culture history of 2019.
Guess the costume before you release a photo of the costume.
No.
Or you're saying you're going to put a photo and it's
Yes.
like, what am I supposed to be?
Who am I?
Yes.
Okay.
Guess it. And then I'm tempted to give little hints because there's so many good.
Do you guys feel that?
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
that shake. Was that a little
That was an
earthquake?
earthquake.
No, it wasn't.
I did feel like a little earthquake.
There, that was an earthquake.
That might have been a little earthquake.
Bitch, unless you farted, that was an earthquake.
Not. That happens all the time. Anytime like a major truck, we are broadcasting from a building that is 200 years old. I mean, this was one of the
No.
first buildings built
No,
in
that was
Washington.
not only was the table shaking, the feet were shaking, my chair, and then it happened again. Like it was like a earth, like
I felt it.
a quake after. What's an aftershock?
Aftershock? Yeah.
There was no after.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was.
No,
Bitch.
no. You know it's an earthquake because the whole thing, the lights would be moving, like everything, the whole earth rumbles. That
Lights
was
would be moving. They're all stationary. We're in a studio.
no, like everything, the entire building ripples through. That was just literally a large truck driving by.
I gotta tell you what, I don't feel safe in this fucking structure. This is like a 2x4 structure. The big bad wolf's coming and blowing us down.
I also that was more proof I just have no instincts at all. I was like, my mind was like, I felt it. I was like, this is an earthquake. And then I just looked at Sarah and then I sipped my tea. I was like, I'm going to stay.
Oh my God, maybe perhaps the first intern that drinks tea.
no, we both.
mean,
Yeah, you're
I
such
I
a
kind of
man
lied.
of
It's
many.
just hot water.
Such a renaissance
It's not, I
man.
thought it'd be more normal if I said tea. It's just plain hot water because I'm cold. It's also why I'm wearing my coat inside.
Why are you a grandma right now? Like,
You know what? I just
do you want me to get you
actually
some
went to
saltines?
Florida with my mom and aunt.
Okay, you're
And we all
officially-
stayed in one hotel room together, and it was so nice because they're also both freezing all the time. And we would all complain together about how air conditioned it was in the lobby of the hotel.
You went with
we were
your-
like, fuck this place.
You went with your mom and your aunt. Now, where did everyone sleep? Did you sleep with your aunt or what?
No, I did not sleep with my aunt. I feel like I should
your
just nope. And I guess
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Did you guys all cuddle
She just got
together
me good. I
and
was
keep warm?
pwned. No, I had my own bed, and they slept in the other bed. There were 2 beds in the room.
Oh, okay, got it. My family does that too. My family
yeah, it
does
was
that too.
honestly really fun.
Sarah was only speaking from experience.
Oh, I mean, we all go.
Sleeping
we all,
with your mom.
We all go. We all stay in the same room. I mean, we've gone on vacation with Schman to Disney. 5 of us in a hotel room, like a little Trump.
Oh yeah,
like,
and wasn't someone farting a lot or something?
my mom. Yeah, it was epic. It was like amazing. And this was like 3 years ago, Schman. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, Schman. Like Schman was a little more intense. Like Schman has let his hair down. Like he doesn't have any, but if he had it, like it is just waving in the wind. Like Schman is like the most carefree he's ever been. But, you know.
That little naked mole rat hair is waving in that wind.
And let me tell you, he has like shaved every last hair. I mean, every last hair.
On his head.
Like, but on his entire body. Like, he is truly a naked
He's
mole
hairless
rat.
now?
Does he,
Completely?
like, he doesn't even need
Everywhere?
to shave.
Oh my God, yeah. He's almost completely hairless. Like, on his back.
His body is,
yeah,
his
he
chest
has
is
zero. He has no back hair.
by choice.
No,
you're saying.
like, he just, it never grows. It's like
Okay,
naked
interesting.
mole rat. He has like a tiny little arm hair patch on his like shoulders that's coming in, and he's really unhappy. And then he gets mad at me because he says that I have one job for his body, which is to check his ear hairs, because he says as men get older, they just get awful, atrocious nose hairs and ear hair. And so every time like he'll see one, he'll be like, "Why didn't you tell me that I have like a awful ear?" I'm like, I don't know.
He's anal about his hair? I thought you liked
Yes.
hairy guys.
I do. I'm always like saying whatever hair he's got. I'm like, grow your pits out, like grow it out, like grow them pubes out, like let's see some hair on them balls. Like he is just
Hairy
so,
balls.
What color is the hair that he does have?
It's all like reddish. He's a complete
He's got a
ginger.
reddish tint.
He's a complete kind of ginger.
Okay.
He's like a seriously tinted ginger, and he is not.
Because normally
he gets
people's
very
body
upset.
hair is darker, right, than their head hair, right? Right?
You think, but he is like this
Eyebrows. I've always
naked-
been told eyebrows.
Eyebrows
that's
are darker
pube color.
than your...
Like if you want to know the color of someone's
pubes.
pubes,
Look at their eyebrows.
Yeah.
I've heard
Ow.
that too.
We're looking at your eyebrows, Marcus.
Age, yours are super
Same color
dark.
as my head hair.
Well, I colored them in. By the way, my pubes are very dark. I'm a brunette.
A pure brunette.
I'm a
through
pure
and through, all the way
brunette.
down.
Oh,
But
boy.
I keep it trim and clean down there. I be splicing up that vag area. I don't get it
Splice?
waxed. Well, every morning
That's
I'm like,
a
it's a lot of work.
Have you never had a wax?
Bikini wax. I used to get bikini waxes. And then I
Okay.
just got like annoyed and I never did the Brazilian because now I just like separate my cheeks and I just get right in there. And now I'm just like super quick.
Separate them cheeks.
Go
Wow.
like this. You open up the cheek and you just get in the flap. And then that's how you clean your ass.
But then doesn't your butthole get stumbly? Like
You gotta keep
stubby?
on. You gotta keep on
Do
that.
you use like a mirror or you just
No.
go in blind?
You gotta go in blind. You just gotta feel around for it. Be like,
Okay.
is this stumbly? Boop, boop, boop.
I have a lot of hair in my butt crack.
Marcus, you gotta clean that off.
We
can
used
see
to do
that.
this thing at camp where, we
can see
used
that.
to do
You're
this
a
thing
hairy
at
little
camp. We
guy.
called it, yeah, I'm sorry that like I don't, like if my beard is growing, just it doesn't stop. Like it goes up from my chest and it connects to my beard.
Sometimes,
like, there's
yeah, you're just a
no-
hairy dude.
That's why I normally wear a necklace so that I know like where I stop.
Where
you know,
where
my
should
neck
stop.
begins.
You're doing very well though.
But
you
anyways,
have a clear separation
at
between
camp,
beard
we used to
and
do this thing called white dolphins, where when we would go to the lake, like the counselors would be like, "Look over there, kids! It's a white dolphin," and then like a counselor would jump with his butt up in the air, you know, like dunk over so that everyone saw his butt. It was like a
What?
white dolphin or whatever.
What
Is
camp
that
was
like-
this?
But then when I did it, they were like, "Oh, that white dolphin has something brown in its mouth."
what? I
That
thought, is
makes-
this a Jewish camp?
I
This
guess
sounds
it
like
is.
a
This was a
Catholic
Jewish
camp.
camp.
Okay.
Oh,
this
because of the little boys'
yes,
butts. Yeah.
Yes.
No offense, AJ.
Oh, no, none taken.
Stain
Look,
on you guys.
look, it is rough out here for us Catholics.
What camp is
What
that
kind of
their
camp is
camp
this?
counselors are mooning you and calling it a dolphin? This
Oh,
seems
come
like
on, that's funny. You don't come on.
This is an all boys camp
It
and they're
was
trying
like-
to show you their ass.
It was not all boys.
Oh,
no.
okay, okay.
No.
So these little girls are just like,
It
what
was
is that?
co-ed camp, but this was when there were only boys around.
wow.
Okay.
We've had some deep revelations already. Okay, like the fact that you were at a camp where the counselors are playing Dolphin Head, and then you're shaving your butthole. I mean,
You gotta be
I
in
am-
there. You gotta be up in there. How do you I'm sure your asshole is hairy as can be.
I wax it, and like I don't even wax.
Someone
it
else
anymore.
waxes
Yeah.
it for you. Yeah.
I like limit the butt hair waxing. Like
Well, it hurts. I know this is
Yes,
like probably
exactly, it
TMI
does.
for a lot of people. That's why you just have to shave it yourself if it's that way you choose. You know, it's everyone's preference.
we have so much to chat about too on the show. Avicii, the singer who we love, his dad, the 1 year anniversary of Avicii's death, which is crazy.
Crazy to think it's 1 year.
I know. And actually, is it or is it 2 years? I want to say like he died 2 years
No,
ago.
no, it's 1 year because it was
Really?
around the same time as Mac Miller. I remember.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, it was not.
I think it was. I think Mac Miller was only like a couple weeks beforehand or something like that.
Before or after? Wow.
Because I remember a lot of my friends were really affected by Mac Miller's death.
Mine
and then
were
like,
too.
Avicii. A lot of my friends were.
I was
Were you affected by Avicii's,
I feel
AJ?
like you were very affected, right?
super
AJ?
affected by Avicii.
Yeah,
I have a lot of friends that are affected by Mac Miller. And I totally get it with Mac Miller, but they had like loved his music more.
Oh, well, of course, I'm like the documentary queen. So I have watched the Avicii documentary on Netflix, which is amazing. But anyway, his dad speaking out for the first time. So we'll tell you what he said. And then did you guys read about this homeless woman in California that was in a van, homeless with 300 rats? What in God's name? I mean, it was like she was putting out water and food for them. 300? I mean, what are they, forming a line and waiting there at the trough? I mean, how do you even begin to feed or like try to get water to 300 rats living in your van?
I'm not even concerned about we know she's not shaving her asshole. I know that much.
Unless she has trained the rats.
To like just like chunk out of her
like,
ass.
Like in a little team.
Literally disgusted.
Like two hold the cheeks back and there's another one in there.
Hey, eat my butthole, this rat. Like,
It can't even, there's not enough space for 300 rats. They're on top of each other. They're festering on top of each other. This is like inside this minivan.
Festering. I'll tell you the whole story. I think, and this story has kind of a crazy twist at the end that I'm like, what is seriously wrong with people? Like, it's so bizarre. And then also, on Monday's show, we didn't get to it's not Poppin', but we didn't get to Pineapple Mail. Pineapple Mail we usually do on Mondays. Essentially, we have this like pineapple canister that we like put all the mails, like the emails, the text messages, like all these things in, and we just call it Pineapple Mail, which is all your advice questions answered, anything that you need. You can always hit me up, Sarah@heyfrase.com is the email, or you can hit us on social media. It's Andrea Lopez Comedy on Instagram. It's @heyfrase. Anything that's on your mind, whether it's feedback, whatever it may be. But this one was good. This was actually sent to me by a listener, and she was like, hey, I'd be really curious your thoughts. And the whole title of this is A Bride-to-Be admits that she is struggling to tell her friend she can't come to her wedding in 2020, the summer of 2020 coming up, with her swastika prison tattoo on display, after she claimed it would be, quote, too hot to cover it up. But wait until you hear why she has the swastika tattoo. And I want to hear your thoughts. Oh, God. Shut up.
Repeat what you said, Sarah. From Siri.
Siri, like, I love that she like never is listening when you sit there and you're like, hey, Siri, can you call somebody? And she's never goddamn listening. Look, she won't even show up. Right? But you're randomly having a conversation and this chick like butts in. Like, really? Anyway, I was going to say, for those of you who are new to the show, like just discovering this podcast, it's a comedy podcast. It's pop culture. AJ and I are both entertainers working in television. We've worked in radio, aspiring comedians. So we're always like doing TV appearances, right? So
it's funny when people ask us, what direction do you want to take? Like, as long as they hand me a check and I'm in some sort of production, I'm going to do it.
Could you point me in one? That's like what I say.
Point me in a direction. Yeah, honestly. Like, we'll take any check, any role, show me the script. Is there hair and makeup? No. Cool, I'm still there.
That's always what they say now. And they're like,
of course.
If you could pay your own way to this. I've just auditioned for... I seriously have. I've just auditioned. I don't know. I put it up because I was in Maine, like trying to read lines for this to play a doctor.
I saw that. That was hilarious.
Which I would love to play a doctor. Like, I mean, I know...
You as a doctor?
I know fucking 4 things about like veins and like arms. Like, okay, great. Yeah, Dr. Fraser. Yeah.
A true test to your acting abilities.
But the movie is being filmed in Pittsburgh, and they're like, you'll be responsible for your own travel up there. I'm like, that's probably all my day's wages, basically, to get to Pittsburgh to be a doctor for 10 minutes in your film. Like, it's just, so we're always doing things. You're on BuzzFeed, which is legit. Right. That's legit. Every single week.
That's a paying job, but pay your own way, right? Well, technically I live in DC and New York, so.
And what's the show called?
Did you see this?
Did you see this? And it's this like fast-paced pop culture show that comes out every Friday.
Exactly. Well, it comes out every single day.
I'm usually
on the episode that's on Fridays.
You're on Friday's episode. So tomorrow night, October 24th, I'm going to be on this new Discovery ID show called Home Sweet Homicide.
Okay.
And I'm not playing one of the victims. I know. I know.
Okay.
I know, right? That's like, yeah, right?
It's like one of those shows where they show the reenactments.
So it's basically the premise of Home Sweet Homicide is it's all about people that have been murdered in their own home, right?
Dark and dismal.
Dark and dismal. So like 6 or 8 months ago, I got contacted by Discovery, and they were like, hey, can you come talk about the Savopolis murders?
Because you did your true crime podcast.
Right. So for those of you who don't know, like, I also contribute out Channel 5 here locally in DC and launched their podcast program like 4 years ago. So probably 2.5 years ago, we decided we were going to do a true crime podcast. all about the Savopoulos murder, which was a huge, like, high-profile murder, made national news. Darren Went was arrested. He's been convicted.
Caught him because he ordered pizza.
Right. But held them hostage like for 19 hours.
Killed
the maid, the mom, the
right.
dad, the 10-year-old son, right? So at the time...
2 surviving daughters?
Yes,
1,
2
2
surviving daughters. Crazy story. Like,
so
then one of the granddaughters had a restraining order against the grandfather to, like, stay away from her. It was such a sad story. And it was a great experience in the sense, like, I got to really learn, like, research and fact checking. But I think, part of me always thought, like, I want to be a journalist. And that experience really made me realize I don't want to be a journalist because it's so, like, you're going to interview people. And I used to have a fascination with true crime. Like, I was obsessed with true crime, true crime shows.
Right.
Like, loved it. But then when you go and investigate it on your own and you realize you're going to ask people to talk about the worst moment of their life and you're sitting there going, oh my God, this could have been my family. Like, it's just like, I can't do this. Like, I want to make people laugh. I want to inspire people. I can't, like, sit there and talk about and then go, knock on neighbors' doors and, no one wants to talk to you and everyone's still terrified. It's like, this is depressing. So needless to say, I recorded an episode about it. It's going to air tomorrow night on Discovery ID, Home Sweet Homicide, all about the Savopoulos murders. I don't know. I haven't seen a thing. I have no idea what I'll be saying. Hopefully it's accurate.
Where is it? Discovery ID?
Discovery ID.
Okay.
Yeah. And they had actually rented a house in Alexandria and we shot this in a creepy basement when I went. Yeah. And they had no hair and makeup.
And no hair and makeup. They probably put this worst spotlight on you.
Not paid anything either. They didn't even pay.
Not paid a dime.
Underlit.
Not paid a penny. Not even an Uber or Lyft ride. It's like we always say when you go to auditions. They're like, "Great job. There's the door." Like,
I mean, they just shoo you right
Sarah,
out.
didn't you audition for a newscaster recently? Also, like a CNN anchor or something like that.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of news anchor and doctor roles. I mean, I haven't like landed one, so don't worry. But
that's like what you did on Crashing, right?
Crashing, I played a radio
person?
DJ. Yeah. So anyway, if you're bored and at home, it's at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So we always like to tell you like what we're up to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to be boring. That's actually a really interesting story. It's just a little bit dark and dismal, but it's Halloween, so
It is like super. Yeah, it's very dark. He went. They did the trial and he was sentenced to 4 life sentences, I believe. So I think they're going to try to appeal for him, but I mean, it was pretty obvious that he did it. I think the question is just always, was anyone else there? Did anyone else help him? So anyway, okay, well, we'll switch gears from that. Very dark. We're normally like a comedy podcast, but not so much today.
Anywho,
yeah, moving on, something cheerier. Anyway, awful. Yeah, I'm not as big a, like, everybody keeps talking about, was it Crime Junkies podcast?
Yes.
I got to get into that. But like, I just have never had now a desire to go back. Like now I'm like
you had your fun. You discovered what it's like to be a true crime investigator.
I think it's like everything, right? It's like, it's all fun until it like actually hits you or you like do the investigation. And my favorite murder, now like I can't really listen to them. Like I can't get into the slogan, stay sexy, don't get murdered. Like that's horrible. That's their slogan at the end. They sell t-shirts and hats.
Stay sexy, don't get murdered.
Yeah, that's been their whole like slogan for you. And I love the 2 women. One of the women was on Food Network for like years. She's really, she's like adorable. She makes great cupcakes, but like I can't get into the like. There's nothing sexy. Like what? I mean, this is like real life, like happening to people. Like nothing is worse than that. Like I don't know. It's weird to me.
I'm almost at a loss for words, honestly, at this point.
I mean, have we not, or is anyone like have any words left? I mean, we've talked about everything here. The camp counselors that moon you and say it's a dolphin head. I mean, we've shaved our buttholes and now murder. I mean, what? Only on this show. Okay, wait, let's thank some of our sponsors. So FabFitFun, we freaking love them. 2019 FabFitFun, their winter box and fall box are on sale now. So they have some amazing items, like everything from scarves and bowls for you to enjoy your delicious soup this winter. I love that. They have masks for fall as well that help you moisturize as the weather is changing. FabFitFun is women's lifestyle subscription box filled with full-size premium beauty, lifestyle, fitness, home, and wellness products sent straight to your doorstep each season. They take the hassle out of shopping by doing it for you. Each box is totally customized to your specific interests, and they deliver the seasonal must-haves that you need. So the FabFitFun 2019 Fall Box is on sale now. These boxes, of course, sell out fast, so sign up for yours today. It's so much fun. And the best thing about it is you get full-size products, so there's no like samples. Earrings you get, I really enjoy that. They have really cute jewelry or like a fun mirror. FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box, like I mentioned, with full-size beauty, fitness, fashion, and lifestyle products. It retails for $49.99, but always has a value of over $200. Use coupon code HeyFrase for $10 off your first box at fabfitfun.com. So use that coupon code again, HeyFrase, HeyFrase, for $10 off your first box at FabFitFun, okay? Also, be sure to use their hashtag when you post about it, FabFitFunPartner. We love that. Thank you very much. We also love Dr. Mary at Total Dental Care, MD.com in Germantown, Maryland. I love Mary. I've been going to see her now for over a year. She's my primary dentist. She's actually going to see Dan for his periodontal issue. She covers periodontal disease, which is the recession of the gums. If your gums are really sensitive, you probably have periodontal disease. The best part about Total Dental Care is they never shame anyone. So they're all about whether you've been in there, if you've been to the dentist every year or you haven't been in the past 15 or 20 years, it's all good. They never shame you. Dr. Mary and her partners are so kind. They're so considerate. I'm telling you, it's pain-free. Make your $99 dental appointment. That's amazing. They accept all insurances too. They're great. Go to totaldentalcaremd.com. Make your appointment. Tell them HeyFrase sent you. That's how you get the $99 special. They do everything from x-rays, bite wings, the whole 9 yards. Okay. Wanted to thank our sponsors. So in California, this story has been circulating of the woman who lived in a van with more than 300 pet rats.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Fruitly not. All right. So
where you want to start? Her name is Carla. She's identified by the San Diego Union Tribune. She says that it started off with just 2 rats before the rodents quickly began to multiply inside her vehicle. Eventually, she got up to 320 rats that crawled into the van upholstery seats and sometimes ventured outside the vehicle. What? They could tell immediately that it was a huge amount of rats, according to a deputy there. They were living in the van and eating their way through it. They'd started eating like all the carpet, the upholstery on the top. She was trying to feed the rats and water them when authorities did finally come to her after numerous complaints because of the trail of rats in and out of the van. She was willing and ready to hand over to authorities.
Ew. Okay, so she would try to control the rats by cages.
But, I mean, do rats multiply that quickly?
Oh, most of them were also pregnant.
Yes.
Oh.
Most of the collected rats were also pregnant, so more rats will be available for adoption once they give birth.
So here's the deal. They rescued all these 320 rats and then gave them up for adoption. What? First of all, who's saving that many rats? Okay, now. I mean, really? Do people still have pet rats?
I think so. But the thing is, she must have been mentally ill because this is like,
you're not here for the dish where she was trying to feed them?
Well, okay, so she has 2 rats, right? She sees them on the side of the road. She probably has she's lost her friends. She's like, these are going to be my new friends. I'm going to name this one Ernie and this one Billy. And then they multiply, right? So Ernie and Billy have babies. And it just keeps growing from there. How fast can rats multiply?
That's what I'm saying too. Like, how long are they pregnant?
Very.
Oh, but they're babies. Okay, baby rats are kind of cute.
Are they pregnant for like 12 days? Like, how do they regrow? How do they like?
They multiply usually just for 4 weeks is the gestation process.
Oh my God. No, that's too soon of pregnancy.
Can we see Carla? Can we see the woman?
Carla, you really want to see
Carla? Really, show yourself.
That's going to change the story. Okay.
It will.
Okay, what are they vaccinating these rats with? Oh God, no.
$5 per same gender pair. They're selling the rats. Okay, the ones that are all white, the albino ones with the red eyes. That's an absolutely not.
That is so creepy. No.
What are they probably? How does one sleep with 300 rats? They crawl all over you. I did see cages.
They make noise too. They're like,
all night
You're
long.
Just laying down
all night long.
You're just reclining the front seat of the van and letting them go at it?
That was her little lullaby. That was her little rat lullaby every single night.
No thanks.
Yeah, that sound is home for her.
Whenever she stays at a hotel, she's like, hey, if you could just get the Rat Channel on the Discovery, thanks. I can't really sleep without it.
I'll pass Ratatouille. No thanks. I mean,
you know what's funny to me is like Sarah can't even like handle a dog. Like a dog comes up to her, she's like, what do you want? Scram. Imagine Sarah with a rat.
No, absolutely not. No. I can't
At what point does loneliness get so bad that you just like kind of just bring on street animals into your van?
I mean, I've been lonely. Like I was single like 3 or 4 years, and I can see how people acquire cats. Like it's someone to talk to, it's someone to look at.
I get that too.
They come over, they need your breasts, like whatever. They do like all these. Yeah.
That's how they do it. They just like on the nipple, right, left, right, left. You're like, this is good. I could get used to this.
Yeah,
but
a little
rats,
claw.
they're just like nipping at your neck.
Oh, like a snake. Like who wants a pet snake?
Snakes, I can see the fascination.
What? How? No, they belong in a handbag.
So scary.
No, they do. They do.
They do look nice on my snakeskin leather boots.
They look great on shoes. Like I want to go to the Florida Everglades and become like, what do they always try to kill down there? Pythons? Like I'm like, I want a python purse so bad. Like a nice pair of python, loafers that you hop into with the fur on the inside. Like I'll take those. Like I'm ready to python hunt for the bag.
Hey, PETA, you want to sponsor this podcast?
What up, PETA?
Hey, yo, deuces, PETA. Because we know they're not going to help
PETA has ever come after me. I'm so surprised they haven't. I'm really shocked.
Well, they're busy, going after hunters.
I've only had the Scientologists after me. That was about it.
Well, it's funny because we don't really like showcase that we like wear fur and stuff. Although you do have a nice suede jacket on.
I do. Yeah, I still wear cow. I wear suede. Yeah. And I do have some fur. I wear it less. I've been accosted by a listener at a public event.
At an event,
who told me that I should not be wearing fur. And I was like, oh, thanks for the reminder. All right, scram, bitch.
Why don't we make rat vests?
I heard recently, because when I did that Goodwill Sustainable podcast, like all the sustainable fashion people were like, oh, it's fine if you have vintage fur. I'm like, it is? They're like, yeah, it's already dead.
It's not new fur.
I'm like,
it's
really?
Been dead for a while.
Seems to me like it doesn't matter. Like that poor fox had to die 55 years ago, like skinned alive. Like, what does it matter? Like,
it still had to die.
Yeah. I wonder if people are genuinely wearing less fur, or if it's just like we sort of think that they are.
They like make it up. So like, I have like this really really furry vest that feels like real fur. It's not. It's fake material. Anywho's.
I have some tragic news because I'm sure people on this show and listening have partaken in this.
Oh, this wasn't tragic enough? A woman has 300 rats in her van?
The Savopolis murders wasn't tragic
enough? No, it gets worse. Did you guys hear about the man that died of E. coli poisoning after eating his girlfriend's booty for the first time?
Sir, I'm going to need you. I am going to need serious therapy. Oh,
serious.
Oh, God. Okay, is it
New Jersey? He was eating groceries.
New Jersey.
Well, look, I have bad news for you because this story's been circulating for a little while, and it initially started at Hustle.com, but I went to Snopes. Of course, Snopes is the website that proves or disproves things, and Snopes says that it's absolutely not true, that this story is false, that it came out actually like in 2018, 2017, that this was true, and it's not. That Gilly basically took an old story and the guy did not die of that.
Okay, but
you can get very ill from doing that.
Go to the YouTube channel. Look at this guy. The article makes it look so real. Look at him. He's strapped with his arm hanging out. He's exhausted from the ass eating season. I mean...
well, the CDC reminds people after this story came out again, that rimming carries a risk of transmission of STDs, including hepatitis A. There's also the risk of intestinal parasites, but this person did not die from E. coli poisoning from that. Okay, anyway, it's not true. We were very excited about this story, but I was like, there's no way. If this story were true, like this would be everywhere. Not happening.
Everywhere. From E. coli, also, okay... So E. coli is the bacteria that's on like plants, and that's how you get
spinach.
Spinach, and there was an E. coli outbreak at Chipotle.
Well, E. coli you get because of like animal shit, like
animal shit that's still on the
like it's or it could be human feces or whatever. It's basically on your vegetables and stuff, and then is not properly washed, and then you get real sick.
Okay, now say the story was true. What was your first reaction? Mine was like, y'all need to clean your ass better. Take some wipes to the bathroom. It's called Huggies wipes. They sell them in a 25-pack. I have it in my bag at all times.
My first thought was, wouldn't a finger have, sufficed? Yeah, I mean, like,
okay, Miss Dirty shit over there. Oh, please.
I mean, that you can easily just scrub off. You get one of those little scrubbers. I mean, But
okay, if you're going in and you come out with some residue on your two fingers,
who cares?
Who cares? But also, no. Wipe yourself, people.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. You're inserting, so you're gonna pull out some treats. You're gonna pull out some groceries.
If I had just
some milk
pooped,
duds,
some milk duds. Okay. What are you, constipated? What are your little pellets hard?
I am. That's why I take Citrusel every day.
I know you do.
Citrusel?
I haven't seen you take your Citrusel in a while.
Well, I try to drink my Citrusel now first thing in the morning.
Like a probiotic or a laxative?
No, Citrusel is soluble fiber.
Okay.
So it helps you be more right.
Neither.
Yeah.
We are both dark and knowledgeable here. Educational and ass-eating.
And we're so young, and yet, like, our most eligible endorsements are for things like 1,000 years old. Okay, like, honestly, we do like life insurance really well. We do things with fiber really well, and we do Hoka shoes. You know, like that is like our wheelhouse, really. I mean, honest to God. I swear.
Hoka, please sponsor us. This bitch wears these shoes
So
like
it's
they
not
are
a
her
stool
slippers.
softener. It just helps you keep things regular.
Yeah, Citrusel is like psyllium husk. Like it's like basically taking that to bind everything together and move it through your intestines very smoothly.
Smooth.
Yeah, smooth moves, basically.
Smooth moves.
Why didn't we get to this story on Monday? I cannot believe, because I know we had on the woman that married herself, which was epic. Marcus liked her, except for the part when she was like, divorcing myself is like suicide.
Well, this wouldn't be an issue for her, probably.
Oh,
She couldn't die unless she ate her own ass.
Which only Marilyn Manson can do because he took ribs out.
oh, God, this episode is dark. This is what?
Are we on something? What are we on right now? Like, who slipped us?
Who has taken over our body?
Yeah,
It was the fucking earthquake.
So on Monday, we had a woman on who married herself. And Sarah, it was really fun. It was light. She has like a sense of humor about it. It was about like loving yourself and committing to yourself. But then it did take a dark turn also.
It took a turn.
Because Sarah goes like, we're like laughing and Sarah's like, oh, and like, ha ha ha, like, would you ever like divorce yourself? Ha ha. And she's like, no, like, actually, I believe that is like suicide. And we're like, oh, geez, like, it doesn't have to be suicide.
It was really weird. That went dark.
It was a weird moment.
That was the only part of the interview I was like, what?
She was actually way more normal than I thought she was going to be.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, I thought her argument for sologamy made a lot of sense. Like, I do think people need to celebrate their self-worth and confidence and love for themselves without being called a narcissist. I think it's maybe, I don't know that I would have a ceremony for myself. Well, it's too late now. I'm married. I have to get divorced.
Suicide.
Peace.
And that technically she's not, divorcing herself, so it's not
Technically,
suicide.
if you were to divorce him, it would be suicide.
Technically. Well, I was going to say this. We didn't get to this story on Monday, but the cosmetic surgeon that declared Bella Hadid the world's most beautiful woman. Are we here for that? Do we think Bella Hadid is the world's most beautiful woman? Now, he says this based on ancient Greek math. He named Bella Hadid the most beautiful woman, Dr. Julian De Silva. According to Harper's Bazaar, De Silva measured faces of several superstars of Greek golden ratio of beauty phi. Out of these women, Bella Hadid topped the list with her facial features being 94.35% accurate for the golden ratio, per De Silva's computer. Hadid's eyes, eyebrows, nose, lips, chin, jaw, and facial shape are the most ideal dimensions for beauty. Bella was the clear winner with all elements of the face were measured for physical perfection, De Silva said. Beyonce also topped the list, Amber Heard and Ariana Grande. And Taylor Swift was number 5. Amber Heard, really?
Taylor Swift? Although I do think she's gorgeous.
You do? Well, do I think Taylor's beautiful?
I wouldn't consider her the world's most beautiful. I think Bella Hadid definitely has the high brow. She also got her nose done. So I don't know if we're necessarily saying it's the most natural beauty. She's gotten work done before.
Like, if you had to name who you think the most beautiful woman in the world is, who do you think it is?
Well, that's so hard for me because I've been obsessed with Adriana Lima since I was 2. Like, as soon as she came out, I think it's the eyes with the large lips and Adriana Lima to me is like stunning. What about you? I think you're going to say something crazy like Bette Midler.
No, I was actually
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
Oh my God, I love Joan, but nothing was real in that face.
Well,
not
Bella
a
Hadid,
thing.
she got a lot of work done. Can we call somebody who gets a lot of work done the most beautiful? Also, this plastic surgeon, he's sitting on a high horse. He's like, I'm going to decide who's gorgeous in the world.
Of course, he would choose someone who
has had plastic surgery.
Right?
It benefits his business.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to say Arena Shek. I think she was
agreed with you. She gives me Adriana Lima vibes too.
Yeah.
The Brazilian.
Yes, and ever since she went to the Oscars with Bradley Cooper and then they broke up, I just think that was such a stunning moment for her. I was like, oh my God, girlfriend is Unbelievable. I still think Angelina Jolie is like really stunning.
Iconically beautiful.
Yeah, I don't really like. I think she's just old Hollywood gorgeous, and I'm obsessed with Gisele Bündchen. Like I love Gisele Bündchen and Tom Brady together, and she like back in the day of her highlight of modeling, I think hands down was like most stunning.
Cindy Crawford with the mold,
back in the day, iconic.
The Coca-Cola.
I even think that Kylie Jenner is like better looking than Bella.
Bitch, literally leave the studio.
Really? You're not a Kylie? Not Kylie. Kylie's not.
Oh, okay.
Kendall.
I'm back on the horse. Come back in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcomed back.
Not Kylie.
I don't think Kylie's unattractive. I think the so much work has been done that I know what she used to look like. I want to wake up in the morning and be flawlessly beautiful with like fresh breath.
You already are.
No. I wake up
Wake
next
up
to
in the morning.
feeling like P. Diddy. Grab my corn. I'm out the door. I gotta hit the city. I look like a crack.
Are we going into Kesha's impression? Okay, we've just gone from impression to impression to impression.
And he's like, I want to wake up in the morning, fresh skin, amazing breath, and then I just hop in the shower. I shave my asshole.
That sounds like a pretty good morning to me. Wake up in the morning looking like a crack whore. I wake up in the morning and I look at Schmiggy. I go, good morning. And he's like, hey.
And then a bird swoops down, takes a big shit on your face.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's a good morning always. But yeah, I never feel like stunningly beautiful when I wake up in the morning. You know what? I'm getting my lashes extensions and then maybe I'll be like batting my eyes in the morning.
What if you woke up in the morning and there were 320 of your favorite rats, your rat family surrounding you?
No.
And you're amongst them. You forget
I'm one with the rats. I am a
horrible
rat.
callback. We're trying to forget. That's a horrible callback. We have like 2 more stories here before we wrap up the show.
Do we? Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, wait. Can we ask the one man who he thinks the most gorgeous?
Oh, yeah. Who do you think is the most gorgeous woman in the world?
Oh, man. Let's see. I don't know if I would say
Megan Fox.
Most gorgeous woman in the world, but like celebrity crushes or something like that. Like, you guys know Olivia Munn?
Oh, yes. That's my
Olivia
brother's.
Munn's really hot.
That's my brother.
Actually, Isla Fisher, I used to think was really hot.
Oh, in
Confessions of a Shopaholic, her. You know, her? The redhead.
Why would you bring up? Wait. Let me compose myself right now.
Sorry.
The fact that you brought that up, I was going for Wedding Crashers, and then you brought up her in Confessions
She's
of a
also
Shopaholic.
definitely maybe with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, she is. What do you watch?
Rachel
Rom-coms
Weisz.
all the time? Okay.
I told you I love rom-coms, yeah.
You're right. I keep forgetting that. He's a rom-com
is this not
guy.
a gem? Here he is drinking hot water. He's like covered in hair.
He's always cold. He's covered in hair. He's always cold, so you guys can snuggle up together.
Exactly.
I'm dying. This is like, you guys. Oh my God. We
you know how Tyler Perry has Medea? You should really just do a Jewish grandmother. I mean, really. I mean, that should be your thing. Like,
I was just with my grandmother and she was like, she meets every day. She lives at this retirement home. It's Jewish. They all sit in the lobby and she said, we all get together in the morning. We sit in the lobby and we wait to see who doesn't come down to the lobby.
And they've kicked the bucket. That's a little...
I mean, honestly, Tyler Perry has Medea. I mean, you got to have just Bubby, you know? I mean, you and Bubby.
You're schwitzing.
Yeah, Bubby. I mean, that could be your whole thing. I could just see you in a little shawl.
A little shawl and your hair.
Thank you.
We were talking about this, though. We thought
Great,
Avicii.
the me being me just makes you guys think of a grandmother.
As you're sipping hot water in your
It's
jacket.
the hot water.
It's the tea. It's the
It's
hairy.
the rom-coms. I mean, give us something that makes us think
It's
of a
like
man.
your grandmother's chest hair, you know.
Yes.
We were talking about this. We thought that Avicii had passed away this time last year in October, but not true. He actually passed away on April 20th, 2018 at 28 years old. His dad, though, this week was on CBS talking about Avicii's passing for the first time. How are you laughing?
What are you laughing about there?
I'm laughing because we were so wrong on the date.
So
That's
wrong.
all.
Okay,
Right.
Bubby. Okay.
Yeah, that should be just his new nickname, Bubby.
It's your new nickname, Bubby. Avicii brought me some of the best times in my life.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God. Tim Bergling is his real name, of course, and became a superstar overnight with his hit song Wake Me Up, which reached to #1 in 22 countries. Now, his father speaking out for the very first time, Claes Bergling, says that his son suffered from anxiety, and he says that Tim loved what he did, but Claes believes that the love of his work also became a burden that combined with the trappings of fame was just too much to bear. He says that Tim ultimately did not know how to say no and did not know how to manage manage his shyness and struggling with anxiety when he was growing up. When you have a child that's not feeling well, you try everything to get the situation right again, and you try to understand what's going on, Class said. So he went to a psychiatrist when he was 14 or 15 years old to try to get him more calm. But the torment of his anxiety would never truly subside, his father says. It was a condition that took more and more grip of Avicii, and he later spiraled into depression and addiction while his career continued to prosper. That story is so hard. The documentary is so good, and it aired on CBS this morning if you want to go back and watch more about it. But I think we're all huge Avicii fans. I loved the documentary. It was really sad to see. Man. Are you ready for all the fame, Age? Because it seems like, what happens is like you start out with this manager or friend that like has the best of intentions for you, but then you get going and they like get on the cash train and they like never wanted him to, at least from the documentary, his manager like never wanted him to stop. Was like, okay, dude, we'll just do 10 more shows.
You need to have a balance. I've learned that. If I'm like going, which I haven't been recently, my manager, please book me, please.
We talked about that. We're like, we don't have Avicii's problem. Our manager doesn't call us for 2 weeks. We've had 2 weeks off.
You want me to take 2 weeks off? Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm.
Plenty of downtime to deal with my issues.
I got plenty of downtime to deal with the demons. He was so talented. I think his manager was just realizing talent, but wasn't giving him proper. You need, people like Kit Harington. He was the one that was like he was like suicidal at the end of Game of Thrones. And I get that because it's such a big part of your life. And also it's totally different with performers. You have such a high. Like, it is so high when you are performing and you have massive crowds like staring at you to be entertained and they're like having the best time. And then you go home and it's just you and you're by yourself and you have to just be quiet and silent in your own thoughts. And that's probably really scary for people, which I'm sure did they touch on that in the documentary?
Yeah, that was like basically, yes, he had serious like anxiety.
Right. Untreated probably, or wasn't getting the treatment he needed.
Right. And medicating with drugs and alcohol and then trying to keep this whole thing going and then like a new album. It was a lot. And I think you're right. I think too, you get on such a high, like you can't sleep because you're so like amped up. And then, you think he would do these shows till 1 a.m. Then they'd have to get on a private jet or whatever. They'd have to go to the next city. So like you're not really sleeping. You're just trying to like get there.
The life looks glamorous. It's not glamorous.
Exactly.
The work that goes behind it is not glamorous. See, my family, my mom's got rosary beads to the day she dies. She's not on social media, so she grounds me to no end. Like, if I come home from a show, she'll just remind me how grounded I am. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you have to have such a good base and a foundation. You go home, your mom's chopping wood. Get to bed. You know what I mean? Like, they ground you.
Mine is a real reminder of like...
we're on a little bit of different level than Avicii. I will say that.
Slightly. We have far less chaos. We showed up to crowds of like 40. Sometimes it'll be 175. Guys, crazy night tonight, 175. I can still look you all in the eye. What a show. We're getting bigger though.
No.
We just do a show. Where do we do something?
It is. You're definitely local DC. Everyone knows you in DC. You walk down the street. Sarah Fraser? It is true, but it's a different level, and you have to stay grounded.
Last story. So we didn't get to Pineapple Mail on Monday. So I love your thoughts, because this one was tricky, and a listener actually sent this to us and wanted to know how we would unpack this. So a bride-to-be admits that she is struggling to tell her friend that she can't come to her wedding with her swastika prison tattoo on display after she claimed it would be, quote, too hot to cover up. Okay, so this 23-year-old woman explained that her friend Anna, 25, was bullied into getting a swastika tattoo when she was in prison. And it covers it up whenever she can. She currently does not have the money to get any tattoo removal. Anna has been asked to be in this woman's summer wedding 2020, and Anna has a problem with overheating and sweating too much, so is really concerned and said, "Look, I'm not going to be able to cover up this swastika tattoo."
Where is it again?
It's right on her chest.
Oh.
Now, people are suggesting makeup or a halter dress, but many were shocked that Anna would be willing to attend a wedding with such an offensive tattoo on display, period. The bride said she's struggling because Anna has turned her life around and says that makeup might be an option, but now she doesn't even know if she should have Anna at the wedding at all. What do you guys... Oh, that one's really tough.
That is really tough. Now that you've explained the circumstances...
What do you think?
My stance has changed. She was bullied into getting a swastika tattoo. Okay, so you're going to have to defend yourself all night. People are going to ask you, hey, what the fuck is with your tattoo? Okay, it's called Too Faced Cover Up.
Yeah.
It's really strong and opaque. You won't see a damn thing through there. And that's what you should use. Use makeup. It's totally fine.
I would think that would be the easy solution.
Also, don't they make bridesmaids dresses that are halter and you can just cover that baby right up?
I know.
Order a special dress for her.
Yeah, I think too, just use makeup. Many replies telling this woman to help her find services to buy makeup for her. But that isn't the bride's responsibility, one person wrote. Anna needs to learn to do things herself, and that sometimes doing something, or as in this case, not doing something, has consequences. You agree? Like if Anna doesn't buy her own makeup, does she just not in your wedding? I don't know. I think I would buy her makeup if you really want her to be in the. Yeah. Did she overheats that much? Can we get her a portable fan down the aisle?
They have the ones that plug into your phone. Just have it right. Boop.
It's a hard one. And
also, is this inside or outside? What is this?
Outside wedding?
Regardless of the circumstances, like if you have a swastika tattoo on your chest, like, you know, be a little hot for the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's on her. Like, I think you bite the bullet, you're hot. I don't know. Like,
plus, like you're
doing the ceremony short and then head on inside for the reception.
People donated to our GoFundMe, and someone wouldn't go donate to like her to get this tattoo removed. Although I have to say,
painful.
Like, on your chest, it has to be incredibly painful. Like, oh, you would
maybe
not have
she
a lot
could
of
get
skin
it turned
there.
into something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a
burning
Rubik's
heart.
Cube.
Right, something else.
I'm trying to think about something that looks like it that you could turn a swastika into. Like maybe she could like make it into a Rubik's Cube and be like, I love puzzles and things.
I agree.
It'd be a hard sell, but yeah, better than a swastika.
Look, it's a chessboard.
Flower. Yeah.
I love chess.
Figure me out. I'm a puzzle.
Crossword.
Anyway,
regardless, use makeup or use like a little over shawl.
Something, even just like a light scarf until the end of the ceremony. What? I mean, this seems like
rip it off
the story, doesn't it?
Be reserved during the ceremony and then rip it off for the reception.
Anna sounds like she's not really comfortable being in your wedding. Maybe Anna, you know what I mean? Because Anna, like if Anna can't come up with the idea of makeup, she can't wear anything to cover it up. Like Anna, I don't think you really want to be in it. Like I'm proud of you for turning her life around.
We've uncovered the truth. She don't even want to be in your wedding.
Anna, you trying to get out of that, girl.
I have this thing. It's a tattoo. I can't cover it up.
Sorry. Just one of the most hateful symbols. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to show.
No, I can't. Makeup, no.
Nothing will work. No,
it doesn't cover it up.
Lipstick over it. No. Anyway,
at a loss.
Ice pack. Nope, not gonna do it. I overheat. And then I get chilly too fast. All right, look, we've covered it all on this podcast. My God, if we haven't given you everything, we've left it all on the floor, people, okay? You know what? Our moons are up dolphin style. We love you all. Andrea Lopez Comedy on Instagram at Hey Fraser. Marcus the intern. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye everybody.